Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're jumping right into India's new Digital Personal Data Protection Act, or DPDPA. We're going to break down exactly what this means for you if you're a startup, a small business, or even a solo founder. Think of this as your step-by-step guide to getting compliant. All right, let's start with a really simple question to figure out if you even need to be listening. Do you collect any user information? I'm talking about the most basic stuff, like an email address or a phone number.
If you answered yes, and let's be real, that's almost every business out there, then this new law, the DPDPA, is something you absolutely have to deal with. It doesn't matter how big or small you are, even if you're just using a Google form to build a wait list, yep, this applies to you.
And you really, really want to pay attention, because this isn't just a slap on the wrist. The penalties for not complying are staggering. We're talking a maximum of 250 crore rupees. That's a number that can sink a business. So, first things first, let's get one thing straight. You might see all the headlines about big tech and data privacy, but make no mistake, this law is not just for them. It's designed for every single startup, every single business. To get compliant, the first step is just understanding the lingo. What do these new terms mean? And more importantly, what's your role and what are your responsibilities in this new legal landscape? Okay, so the whole thing really hinges on this one concept, personal data. And the definition is incredibly broad. Basically, it's any little piece of information that can point back to a specific identifiable person.
And check out how broad we're talking. It's not just the obvious stuff like a name or an email. It's also the digital breadcrumbs we all leave behind. Things you might be collecting without even thinking about it, like device IP addresses, website cookies, and even how people browse your site. So if you're collecting any of that data, the DPDPA gives you a fancy new title. You are officially a data fiduciary. And that's not just a cool name, it means you are now legally on the hook for protecting that data.
Okay, enough with the theory, let's get practical. Let's build a simple, actionable checklist that you can start using for your startup like today. Step 1, and this is the big one, consent. The old days of those sneaky pre-checked boxes and confusing sign-up forms, they're over. You have to be crystal clear about what data you want and why you want it. And, crucially, it has to be fair. It must be just as easy for a user to say no thanks as it is for them to say yes. Next up, you need to give users a way to reach out if they have a problem. This doesn't mean you need to hire a whole department. If you're a one-person show, that contact can just be you. The important thing is that you have a clearly published contact, like an email address, and you're ready to respond quickly. The DPDPA gives your users some serious new rights over their own data. They now have the right to see what you've collected on them, the right to fix it if it's wrong, and even the right to tell you to delete it completely. You need a simple way for them to do that, even if it's just an email workflow. Okay, so we've got the checklist of what you need to do. Now let's talk about the how. What are the practical tools you need to actually build your privacy playbook? Your most important tool, hands down, is your privacy policy. And the key here is to make it user-friendly. Forget the complicated legal jargon nobody understands. Just write in plain, simple language what you collect, why you collect it, and who your users can talk to if they have a question. Simple as that. Now, the law says you need reasonable security safeguards. That sounds scary, but it doesn't mean you need to hire a team of cybersecurity experts. It's about getting the basics right. Things like using HTTPS on your website and keeping your software up to date. These are just table stakes for running any business online today. I love this slide because it really gets to the heart of a huge mindset shift. For years, the motto was collect everything, just in case. The new way of thinking? Collect only what is absolutely essential to provide your service. The less data you hold, the less risk you have. It's that simple. So for this last part, I want to totally reframe how we're thinking about this.
Let's stop looking at this law as a chore or a burden. Let's start seeing it for what it can be: a genuine competitive advantage, a superpower, even.
Because here's the bottom line. Getting this right isn't just about dodging massive fines. It's about building a fundamentally better, more honest, and more trustworthy company. And in today's crowded market, trust is everything. It's your most valuable currency. So think about it this way. A privacy-first approach builds deep, lasting trust with your users. It dramatically lowers your legal and financial risk, and it can honestly become one of your company's biggest strengths. So the only question left is, are you ready to make it yours?